Hello and welcome to another of my videos back on the channel. Now today we are doing another character concept. I think it's only been like a week since we did the last one, but we haven't done a zombie one in a while. So the last zombie one we did was the Composer zombie, which we probably did like 2 months ago or something now, but as you can see here, we are doing the Plague Doctor zombie. I do like Plague Doctors as a whole, which is why I chose to do one. I find them cool, I find them look cool, and I'm really happy with how this turned out. If you saw it, and you knew what a Plague Doctor was, you could probably tell that this was meant to be a Plague Doctor, mainly because of the mask. Like, I feel like this is obviously the main signature of, like, the signature aspect of a Plague Doctor. But, you know, I've got it, like, little details, like, you can't actually see any of the zombie's skin, because it doesn't want to get the disease, so I've covered up all of the zombie's skin, and, you know, got little details like herbs in the pocket, like a little lantern. He's wearing gloves, he's got, like, those goggles that they have on the mask, and you know, the usual hat, and all these like spots that I guess are meant to represent like stains of like people coughing up the weird black stuff when they get the Black Death. But you know, and he's also got this like black aura around him. So yeah, he's quite an interesting character. You will see his abilities; they are very interesting, quite strategic. That's the word I was looking for. But yeah, we'll get started straight away. So he is quite the defense character. He doesn't really need to get round. He could pretty much stay in one position and get killed, and you'll see why later on. But we'll move on to his damage. So he does a 50 damage, but he has pretty interesting attack. So he has 4 crows that are circling him, basically. They're like flying around his head. And when you go to shoot, you send out a crow and it will lock on to the nearest plant, if there is a plant in sight. If there's not a plant in sight, the crow will just kind of, well, won't go anywhere. And when the crow goes to a plant, it will like hover around the plant for 10 seconds, and it will do 5 damage per second. So overall, it will do 50 damage to that plant if the crow stays on that plant at the same time. You can put all 4 crows onto a single plant, so that would obviously deal 200 damage. But I'll probably make the reload time for the crows a decent amount. Otherwise, you could literally kill a lot of plants within just 10 seconds. So it's a bit of a confusing thing, but you can read it here if I haven't explained it. But yeah, the crow also, if it's circling a plant, another plant has to destroy it in order for it to be destroyed. Like, you can't destroy it yourself. Another plant will have to shoot that crow and kill it. So yeah, if you have a crow on, like, leeched onto you and you're not near any of your team, there's a decent chance you'll be taking quite a lot of damage. But he also has a melee attack, where he uses his little beak here and he goes up to a plant and pecks them, and he does 20 damage. So, you know, I feel like that was kind of needed. I mean, it's kind of obvious, like, that's quite sharp and you could peck them. So yeah, it's an interesting, probably one of the most interesting, like weapon out of all the character concepts I've done, because it's just like so weird having like the crows and then they go to the plants and circle them and like slowly deal damage to them over time, and you can get like different amount of crows on them. For example, if you put 2 crows on a plant, in 10 seconds it will take 100 damage. If you put 1 crow, it'll take 50 damage. You know, it's all of that stuff, and maybe like there could be upgrades to add more crows or so it does more damage. But yeah, that is that. So his health, he has 100 health himself, so yeah, nothing too special. His height, he is probably just the normal height, similar to like a scientist or something, because yeah, it's nothing really to do with his height. He's not going to be really small or really tall, just kind of average. So now onto the abilities. So yeah, hopefully I explained these well, but here we go. Ability 1 is called Decay Brigade. So when this ability is used, a cloud of black smoke will appear around the zombie, and it will last for 20 seconds. If another zombie walks into it, they gain 15 health and get given a decaying aura, which lasts until they die. If a plant makes contact with the black smoke or comes into close contact with a zombie who has a decaying aura, the plant will be given a decaying effect that slowly damages it. It lasts for 15 seconds. So that was probably quite complicated, but basically, this zombie will create a cloud of smoke, probably the same size as like Soldier's smoke bomb, but it'll be kind of black. And if a plant walks into it, they will be like, they'll start taking damage, and yeah, they'll start taking damage. But if a zombie walks into it, they will be giving a decaying aura. So this aura you can see around it, it will kind of be this black aura. And then if that zombie goes near a plant, the plant will begin decaying, and it will slowly take damage over time, and it will last for 15 seconds. And yeah, the actual smoke cloud, which this zombie creates, will last for 20 seconds. So hopefully that makes sense. And if a zombie walks into the cloud, it will gain 15 health because, you know, I thought, you know, decay and zombies, you know, decaying a zombie would make it healthier. I don't know, but kind of made sense in my head. But yeah, if you have any questions about any of these abilities, which I'm sure you will, leave it in the comments, because yeah, I reckon there will be a decent amount of you who will be a bit confused as to what this means. But basically, a zombie will walk into the smoke, get a decaying aura, and then they basically pass on that decaying aura to a plant. Yeah, there's a similar ability to this, like here's another similar one. But a second ability is called Cure Law. So, when this ability is used, this zombie will place down a small brown bag. Any plants within a 20-meter radius of this zombie will be given a decaying effect that will eventually kill them, unless they can collect the brown bag. By collecting the brown bag, a plant will be cured of the decaying effect. If a plant does not collect it, they will die. So this one's pretty simple. He will place down a little brown bag, this one, which you can see in his pocket here, and any plant within a 20-meter radius will be decayed, and they will eventually die unless they collect the bag. So that will basically make them scurry around trying to desperately try and find the bag, and if they do find it, yeah, they'll be fine. But if they don't, they will die. This is a very strategic one, because if there's like an objective, you could place the brown bag and then all the plants will be scurrying off the objective and you could just go and capture it. Or if you want to just lure a plant to you, which is the reason it's called Cure Law, you place it down, hide around a corner, a plant will come to it, and then you just kill them, because, you know, they'll be unexpected, they'll probably be a bit weak. So this is quite a strategic ability, and if there's a plant who's like behind a wall or something and can't get to the bag, there's a decent chance that they could die if they don't get to it in time. And I feel like the reload for this should be quite a long time, otherwise, you know, you could just keep on doing it, and a 20-meter radius is quite big. So I'd say maybe a minute, I don't know if that's too long, but it should be quite a long time. So his third ability is called the Flea. So when this ability is used, a flea will home in on the nearest zombie and will circle its head. When a plant kills the zombie, the flea will pass on to that plant and give it a decaying effect that will last for 10 seconds. So this is similar to the first one, but you don't create that weird gas cloud and the zombies walk into it. You kind of send a flea, like a nest of fleas, and they kind of start circling a zombie's head. And then when that zombie gets killed by a plant, the fleas will go to that plant and start like dealing damage to it. And if the fleas stay on that plant for 10 seconds, it will do 75 damage. So again, this is why you can just literally stand somewhere and just get kills from someone you didn't even attack. Because you could just put the leaves on the fleas onto like an imp, and then that imp gets killed, and then like this is good against snipers, because like if someone got sniped, the fleas would go to that sniper and start killing them. So you know, this is quite good against like a cactus or something, and it would probably be quite good against a chomper, because if someone ate the chomper would just start like decaying. So yeah, with the zombie, I've kind of created this new like decaying effect. It's not like toxic, but it's like, I imagine it's similar to like when you decay in Minecraft, you know, the health bar would go black and it would start like going down slowly as you're decaying. So yeah, think of it like that. So if you have any questions for any of the three abilities, please leave it in the comments below. I feel like most of you, if you do have a question, it will probably be for this one, which is understandable. It's a bit confusing, but yeah, we'll move on to the final thing, which is its special ability. So when Plague Doctor Zombie is killed, a decaying effect will be passed on to the plant that killed it. The effect will last for 10 seconds. So yeah, this is just similar to the Flea one, but you know, he always has it. So if a plant kills him, they will, you know, begin decaying. But if he jumps off a cliff or something, you know, nothing will happen, obviously. The cliff isn't going to start decaying. But yeah, so I've said decay a lot in this video. I've said it a lot, but that is the Plague Doctor character concept. I feel like this is a zombie that I generally could see being added, not with the abilities I've given it, but like the actual idea of a Plague Doctor zombie, I could see it being added into a PvZ game. It just kind of fits, you know, with like disease and zombies, you know, they kind of link together. So yeah, that was that, and yeah, that's pretty much the character concept I've done. And like I said, if you have any questions, just ask in the comments, or you could go back in the video and pause on a certain slide if you want to read more about it. But yeah, so this is, I believe, the 5th or 6th video. No, this is the... Oh, this is the 6th. Yeah, this is the 6th video. So a while ago, yeah, I set myself a challenge to do a video every single day for a week, and this is the 6th one I've done in a row. So I've nearly completed my little challenge. I just got to do a video tomorrow, and then it will be fine. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this character concept video, and I will see you next time. Bye.